What's up, guys? Coach Cam back again with a leg day, and in this video I want to talk about, does weight training, or does the training that I'm doing for my muscles, does that improve your strength, power, speed, flexibility, agility, mobility? And the answer is yes, it does, to a degree. Let's dive into it. So does it improve your flexibility and mobility? Yes, it does, especially compared to someone who has poor flexibility and mobility. I am using my muscles and joints through a full range of motion. I am stretching the muscle essentially under load with every repetition. You are improving those components. You're probably not going to be like a yoga master, flexible or mobile, but you're going to have fully functioning muscles and joints of your body. Next, does this training your muscles improve strength? Yes, it does. Let's talk about that. So there's some caveats there that we need to discuss. If your definition of strength is a 1 rep max, then this type of training will only improve it to a certain degree. Right? So if you're untrained, right, you've never trained your muscles in your life, and then you go do this, sure, your 1 rep max for a lot of lifts is going to improve. But there will come a point where your 1 rep max really won't be improving much, and that's because you're not training specifically for 1 rep max. So if you want to train the heaviest possible weight you can move for one time, you're going to need to practice doing that. However, is that what strength is? No, it's a component of strength maybe, but it's not the sole basis of what strength is. Strength is not bench, squat, deadlift, overhead press. Strength is how much force can your muscles produce. Some scientists understand this and they know how to measure it on a force dynamometer. So you press into a force plate as hard as you can, or you flex your quads into a force plate as hard as you can, and it measures it in newtons, right? It's not a 1 rep max, because exercises that you get a 1 rep max for take practice, they take skill, they take training and understanding that exercise and the form requirements and certain limb lengths, right? People know, if you have long arms, you're going to be better for deadlift, and your bench press is probably going to suffer, right? If you're a tall basketball player, I guess you're just weak because you don't seem to have a heavy bench, squat, and deadlift. Well, that's not how to measure force, right? So, but, to each their own, you can do what you want with that information. But training your muscles does improve your muscles' ability to produce force. That is essentially what is going on when you are progressively overloading, right? If this week it's 30 pounds and next month it's 40 pounds, you have produced more force. If it's for the same reps, you've produced more force than last time. So your muscle is adapting, it's getting stronger. Does this type of training your muscles, does it get you more speed? Can you get faster from training your muscles in the gym? Yes, to a degree, right? If you're completely untrained, have weak muscles, then yes, training the muscles directly, like as I do, will improve your speed, because now you can produce more force into the ground, right? If you're 100 pounds and you can produce 20 newtons of force, but you stay 100 pounds and you start weight training and now you can produce 50 newtons of force, you can push yourself faster across the ground. You can run faster, be faster. Now, up to a certain point, right? So there's a point where it's okay, what are you doing to measure speed? Are you running a 40-yard dash, or is it a 200-meter dash? Like, at some point, you're going to have to start training specifically for those exact events that you're trying to test yourself in, or some other coach or program is trying to test you in. Doesn't mean it's going to transfer directly to a sport, but those coaches or that program believes that it's important. So, you're going to have to train for that the way they want you to. So all in all, I would say yes, training your muscles does improve these factors. However, if you want very specific results in these categories, power, right? Depends on your definition of what you're testing that component in, right? If your definition of power is doing muscle ups, then cool. Not a lot of people can do it, so I guess no one's powerful, right? Or if it's Olympic lifting, okay, well, I guess people that train Olympic lifts are powerful. But they have a skill component of being able to perform the lift. Maybe it's jumping high. Maybe it's sprinting and using agility through an agility course, something like that. Whatever the test is, you need to practice for the test to appease the coach. But ultimately, if you have a sport, you need to practice that exact sport. Mike Evans on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers practices football. That's how he gets better at playing football. He has to outmaneuver and jump higher than the guy covering him. Okay, doing a little agility tests on cones and running through little agility ladders is not going to do that. It has almost no carryover, really, to facing an actual person. Okay, that's like punching a rubber dummy person versus actually doing like MMA on a real person. It's not even close to the same thing. You should almost not even do that first part. You should just go straight to, training, practicing the actual sport. Anyway, this video is still 1:15 long, so I will continue to speak on training your muscles properly and safely. A lot of people talk about how many sets they're doing for muscle growth. I still see people discussing this. When are we going to get past this? There is no magic number of sets because the number of sets does not dictate how stimulated your muscles were. What dictates it is how hard you trained. If you can train very, very, very hard, maximally, in one set, then just do one set. If you cannot achieve that stimulus in one set, then you're going to have to do multiple sets. Point blank. There's no other way to say it. So this is still my physique, around 170 pounds, 5'7". There's my stats. First leg day of the new year, made progress in everything. So either I added weight or I added a rep or two, or time went up, something improved from the last time, and that's the goal. That's how you know you're moving in the right direction, getting stronger, getting fitter. Thanks guys for watching. Like, share, comment.